Hey everybody, this is Marshall. I just wanted to say hello to you and maybe share some tips in terms of getting the best out of your voice acting experience. I just simply did a quick Google for tips for beginner voice actors, and you'll see that this populated. I tend to agree with some of these. So let's go over maybe a couple of them and then start a discussion. For example, definitely drink plenty of water. I'm not much of a water drinker myself. I love coffee. But definitely before I step into the recording booth, I drink water, which is highly suggested. At least, at minimum, before you step into the recording booth or record, drink some water. What about number 2, developing a good breathing habit? This may seem kind of silly, but indeed it does assist you. Breathing, at least a strong breath, really comes from your stomach, or more specifically, your diaphragm. That's where all the power comes from. Well, in my case, I'm really not standing up, which may complicate it a little bit, so I am sitting down in my sound booth, but I still draw most of my power from my diaphragm, in which case I'm able to definitely carry out some of those longer sentences that may be required of us to record. So, in this case, simply develop a good breathing habit and help regulate your speech. How can you do that? Well, taking deep breaths helps, but it has been proven that trying some methods associated with communication disorders can also assist you. Like what? Well, for example, just going wha, wha. That sounds kind of weird, but that actually helps me, and it strengthens your respiratory breathing capability much better. It also helps your regulatory and expressive capabilities with your voice. The other one is the You have to feel some kind of vibration, as you know, with your nasals. That also may assist some people in strengthening your respiratory breathing activity. All right, make sure to warm up your voice. I don't know about you, but once I step into the sound booth, I can't really talk exactly like Al and his friends right away. I can use, of course, my regular voice because that's what I do all day. But using some of those specialty voices where you need to speak especially high or especially low or creatively restricting your larynx is just a little bit too much stress and too high an expectation of myself just stepping into the booth. So in this case, warm it up. How would you do that? Well, probably like number 5, practice reading out loud a couple times. Just practice a little bit. It definitely assists before you hit that record button. Warm up your upper body and face. This is where a lot of your expression takes place. Even though they can't see us, they can certainly hear us. So as you know, if you speak with a smile on your face, your voice will sound more energetic and happy. If you're speaking with a frown on your face, you can certainly tell if someone is just not enjoying themselves. So that's why you warm up your upper body and face. It helps to do some relaxation activities, again, recommended through some communication disorders studies. Simply do the shoulder roll, look back and forth, especially those who suffer from headaches or migraines. It helps you relax your neck muscles and your shoulder muscles and a lot of your muscles associated with your scalp, and it just makes you feel good. So feeling good and more relaxed will help you produce higher quality voice recordings. Of course, work on your breath. With me, it helps with clearer pronunciation, so it's good to practice out loud. All right. Make sure you speak clearly and confidently. Of course you know what you're doing, right? How long have you been speaking English? Only forever. So make sure you enunciate your pronunciation so it comes out very clearly. Mumbled or garbled expressions usually are rejected. So even though it may feel strange initially, remember you're doing this for people who are trying to learn your language. So it's not so weird, right? Okay. Great. Make sure you understand the intention of the script. I know some of them are a little bit longer. That's why they have given us some direction at the top, but sometimes we don't get that, right? So in this case, make sure you read through the script. You can just skim it, right? You don't have to go in depth or anything to really feel the script out and the overall message and attitude they're looking for. That will definitely assist you. In that case, you might get it with the first time go and not have to re-record anything. So I don't know about you, but I like to get those first time goes. It makes you feel good and professional. Not that if you have to re-record something again, that it's something bad. It's okay. But at least in this case, you deliver on time and professionally. Number 8 is learn relative jargon. Not that the English language is filled with jargon, but we do have a few slang terms that are good to know, and it's important to differentiate them between proper English. So, for example, gonna, wanna, ain'tcha, all of those are specifically slang. But again, it depends upon the actual nuance of the text, what they're actually looking for. As well as some British terms that I am not familiar with, different spellings of things, new expressions. So it's important to really fully investigate those things. Even a quick Google search will help solve that problem. Alright, so if you're looking for more tips, definitely check out the top 10 voice acting tips for beginners on YouTube. The guy does a really great job because he's honest and practical. But that's all for me, and now I'm interested in some of your feedback. What are some of your thoughts and some practices you employ in order to get your voice ready and make sure you get a first time go or really develop new voices? Sometimes it's important to make sure our voice portfolios are maxed out. So what are some tricks of the trade that you can suggest in terms of trying out for new voices or developing your own voice portfolio? Thanks, guys, and I look forward to hearing from everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.